Every child has a story waiting to be discovered, and the way we guide them can form who they become. So, hi everyone, welcome to Education Eureka. I am Adiba, editorial director, and today I'm thrilled to sit down with Dr. Manisha Sharma, principal at Venkateshwar International School, whose work I have been following and honestly deeply admire. Dr. Manisha, your approach at Venkateshwar International School is truly inspiring, and I love how you encourage students to create their own learning spaces while building knowledge, confidence, independence, and sensitivity to diversity. And it feels like you guide them to truly discover themselves, especially in a world overflowing with information. So, I'm fascinated by how innovation and problem solving are embedded in your approach as essential parts of holistic growth. From your own journey, what sparked your passion for this kind of education, and how did you begin thinking about balancing academic growth with emotional and social development?
So, namaskar everyone and all the viewers. And I'm really elated to be there. And I'm also very, very passionate about pedagogies, learning, any part of the education which really fascinates me. And I think till the last point of my life, I'll keep on learning and reading. That is there. And when you talk about what personalized learning, what personal experiences affected my journey, I'll say my father and my father-in-law were both professor and director of Akashvani. They really taught me one lesson which is very, very important of discipline, and another lesson is of really, really hard work. There is no substitute of hard work. As long as you remain focused, you are bound to get the results. And that is what I am trying to inculcate in my personal life. And that is what I'm trying to do with my teachers also, that how to balance your life when you are focused, whether your personal life and your professional life, give 100% to that. And that is how you can balance your life. You can find out time and you can do justice with each of that, whether it's personal life or professional life. That's it.
Oh, Dr. Manisha, that really gave insight into the roots of your philosophy. And it makes sense why your programs focus on building trust and collaboration among students, parents, and teachers. Speaking of which, how do you approach designing school policies that promote academic excellence while also creating a space where students feel emotionally supported and included?
Uh, for me, anywhere in a school, policies are not something with the written rules and the structures, but it is something which is connecting from one soul to another human being. That's very, very important. And when I say that in my school, every student is important, every parent is important, we value everybody. So when it comes to your almanac or your standard operating procedures, we always keep in mind our student, our learner, I should say, uh, in center, right? So that's very, very important for us. And we work for that, their well-being. That's very important. So whenever we design, whenever we think of their learning outcomes, which are very, very important, how we are going to achieve our learning outcomes. So we keep the student in the center, and then we design, and then we share also. And we are always open their feedbacks, their learning, and out of our experiences and out of the experiences of teachers, we make those procedures, we make those rules. But those rules can, it is not just the rigid rules, but it is something which is very connected to each other, and they must follow diligently. The school is working for each and everybody's personal growth, their work habits. If you see, ours is a school which has given, along with the almanac, a very nice document that how to lead their life productively for every learner, whether they are in preschool, in school pre-primary, or in class 1 or in class 12. They know how to improve their work habits every day, whether it's discipline, whether getting up in the morning, even while polishing their shoes. So from the very beginning, we're trying to inculcate the very important word, that is the responsibility. The moment the responsibility and the accountability comes, they are ready to do anything in the life.
Okay, it's interesting to see how these policies translate into classroom dynamics. Teachers play a huge role in bringing these ideas to life. How do you support your teachers so that they can bring creativity, empathy, and engagement into lessons while helping students achieve measurable results?
Uh, right, very good question. Teachers are the souls of school. Like, I
Yes.
mean, they are the one who has a magic wand. They can create magic whenever they want. So that's what we say, the happy teachers create happy classroom, and it does not mean just gleeing and laughing or smiling, but it is smiling from the heart. That is what connecting souls, taking their tasks so diligently, and that is what we believe in. And when we talk about their things which you have mentioned, that teachers do take responsibility from very seriously, and they do wonders also.
Okay. Hearing that shows the ripple effect on students. And you truly mentioned that collaboration is the key to forming student experiences.
Yes.
And when teachers who feel supported create a richer learning environment, I believe. Okay, so can you share a moment when open communication among teachers, parents, and students led to a noticeable shift in your school culture or student performance?
I think that is the major part. That is a very, very important policy of my school, that open door policy for parents also. And of course, there is a very well defined rule that any parent, any teacher, any student come anytime, but for parents, it is after 2 o'clock, so that we can focus to our learners. We can commit it to them, whatever we can address to their issues whenever is there. But it is right from the beginning till class 12th, whenever any meeting is there, there's no restrictions are there are no walls around there they cannot talk, they cannot discuss. I mean, that is the very democratic atmosphere. And again, I say, I give credit to my school chairman, that they have given us, equipped us with that freedom, that we can organize, we can express our views also, and they're ready also for dialogues, like how much progress we have done so far, how we are going to do it, how we are going to change it. So this kind of dialogue is very important for growth and progress and development, right? When these dialogues are not there, if they are just I mean, if I say in a box and we cannot talk about, if there's a rigidity there, then the progress will be hampered. So those, there are no stumbling blocks here. I mean, everybody can talk and discuss and argue seamlessly. Even the children, they come up with the idea, like they have their own responsibility. And I've seen, then when children take the responsibility of any task, they do it wholeheartedly. It is their project, by them, of them, for them. So be it a test, be it a excursion, be it a farewell party, be it any peer learning, even the learning, and be the feedback and be the training by the alumni who's coming from Oxford, who's coming from different areas, maybe from defense. So we are very proud of that alumni culture. When they come back and they give back to students, that kind of flexibility is there, that kind of the relation is there between the teacher and the taught here. So I don't consider myself as a just the principal. I consider as myself one of them, maybe the senior in experience, and I want to work close to them so that I can understand, empathize, and can contribute also. That's very, very important. I cannot work in the closed doors. I have to be with them to understand them and to empathize and to guide them. That is very, very important. Yes.
Yes, and that example highlights the power of empathy and connection. And it makes me wonder about parents as well, the parents' role. Some parents are hesitant to get involved. How do you engage them so they feel confident and welcomed in supporting their child's academic and extracurricular growth?
For me, equity is very important. So every parent is valuable to me. That I really, really say, everybody and everybody follow the same. Right? So we are give respect to every parent. Secondly, when parent approach to us, it is not for instructional purpose. We want to be part of them. So the parental relationship is very, very important. Their participation is very important. When they come to take the workshop, when they volunteer as a judge of the school, when they we try to visit their place because of one reason or the other, then they understand the classroom learning is not a mechanical job. It is we are reaching out to them and we are with them at every nook and corner. So that is where they feel yes, the school is with them and they are the part of the school. They feel it is not a one-way process, it is a two-way process. We give and take. So we both of us are working. My first opening sentence is there that we are working for our children. It's not your children or my children, it is our child. So we are working for their well-being, for their future, and that comes there the responsibility of each other. Or let's be the partner in their journey, not be instructional and not be involved in mudslinging, not be involved in any defense or offense. Rather help each other, facilitate each other, cooperate with each other because the purpose is same. That is what we try to make them understand, and that is what I have seen, that this is being welcomed everywhere. Whatever is there, the parent is sending their word to us. They are reposing their faith in the institution, isn't it so? So it is very important, if we say from other point of view also, the beneficiary satisfaction, that we really fulfill and make them that you are the part of our journey and the journey of your child. That is it.
That's impressive how that approach strengthens the whole learning environment ecosystem. Feeling
And I would
safe.
just like to say one thing more also, that there is a series of dialogues in the workshops there for parents also. You see, there is so much dialogue nowadays and debate on the social media usage and so many other things there. We have the continuous series of webinars for parents, whether it is related to self-esteem or inculcating values in children, respecting their parents, or social media, and how to curtail the time of the social media, the practical problems, or the mobile, or anything. There we really do these webinars and workshops for our parents, so they do understand and they respect the school is doing a lot for them, and that is how they become the true partner.
Okay. Safety in school goes beyond rules and security measures. Uh, Especially emotional and psychological safety is equally vital. So, how do you define a safe learning environment, and what steps do you take daily to nurture trust, inclusion, and respect among students?
It's a very, very important question which you've asked me about the emotional safety, about the safety and well-being of children in today's age when they are reaching out everywhere. Of course, the cameras are everywhere, but that cameras are not sufficient unless until we give our faith to children that you are safe emotionally, you are safe from every point of view, physically also. So that's very, very important. And I'm very glad to share with you that our school chairman, Sri Mahavir I mean, he introduced this program for the emotional safety of our children. That is Castle and Aspire program. And it is a very well structured program. So we take kindness, empathy, self esteem, and age appropriate, right from class 1 to class 12. So nobody is left behind. So this is coming out very well. This is really doing very well, where the emotional issues are being addressed. Apart from this, there is a full fledged counselor, which is, of course, there in every school. But how our counselors are doing a great job. Then the parents are coming, the webinars are there, these topics are there, and they're writing also journals, and they are also involved in so many activities, which is subsequently giving a very positive result. Now you can ask me further that how activities are related to emotional well-being. But when you involve in something which is creative, which is self-satisfying, which is a journey of self-actualization, which is very, very, you are creating something new, it really helps you to work on so many emotions like anger management, right? Children are aggressive in adolescent age, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, the children are very, very aggressive. very aggressive. And further, they are involved in video games also everywhere they play. But how to really make them understand even the meditation, even such things are there in our school where mindfulness is very important. And such small micro things really play a very activities play very important role in managing child's well-being. I would say learners well-being, that is there. So that's very important. So if you just visit our school, you will get to know about the well structured program for this emotional and social well-being. I mean, it is very important for them to share with and care also with the lesser known people and the society and the community. So that those kinds of outreach program, and that is a very important policy of a school, that these programs should be embedded in the school curriculum so that the children get involved. And this really affects them and their thinking process, that there are other also which are not privileged, how to help them, how to reach out to them, and how to minimize their anger, their aggression by so many creative ways. So it is there. And of course, you've asked me to be other things also, that we are doing wonderfully well in our school. And this is, I think, it's not a job of 8 hours or 10 hours. It is even the beyond those hours. We work endlessly for the social and mental well-being of our children. They feel safe because teachers give them that faith that you are safe. Their voice does the magic in the class. Each child is very important, and that is the personalized learning where they have been given the platform to unleash their creativity. We have at least 10 clubs. Maybe it is Organica, Photography Club. So when children find such platforms, and those who are interested, there's so many sports activities, right from badminton to cricket to pickleball. Everything is there for them when children are involved. And of course, the yoga is a very integral part of our school curriculum. So when you provide such platforms to children, they feel very secure, and they do not think twice to approach their teacher, their parents. We give them that confidence where they can express very confidently and not in a cowardly manner. Thank you.
That perspective is really inspiring. So I do have a question. A lot of parents are not well informed about how important sports are. They only focus on academic growth, to get specific percentage. I'm sure it is also okay to get great marks, but they should also encourage their children to get involved in the sports as well. But I guess they are not well educated enough, and there is a huge gap between teachers and parents. Teachers, I guess, should make parents understand that how important sports are. So let me ask you this: if you get an opportunity, or if you have any roadmap for parents to make understand that how important sports and academic growth is, how would you make them understand?
It's a very nice question. I must say this. Uh, we have a very well planned, thought out policy. So whenever there is an orientation of any class, we inform all the parents, we invite them and do share with them that how many clubs are there, what activities are there, how many activities are mandatory, and how much time will they take, and what is the flexibility after three activities they have to choose, or two activities they have to choose, or one activity they have to choose. So this kind of the pyramid is being made right from class one. And of course, class one and class two, we have a non-specific games because you know that they are very tender. So we do not give them any special training, just activity, agility, balance, coordination, that really goes very well with these learners. But from class third onwards, when it comes to badminton, specialized sports, I must say, then we orient parents also, because orientation is very important. And in case they do not attend any orientation program of the school, then the school policies are really, we apprise them even during the admission when they become the part. So 3 4 times this is being emphasized and reinforced to all the parents that how important is it. And we say BIS means not Venkateshwar International School only, but it is very innovative school. So they must understand that how to balance academic excellence and curricular activities. I never say extra because it is co-curricular activities. So these are very, very important. The amount they get, the confidence learners after doing these activities, after involving in them, that is beyond explanation. I will tell you that because I myself was a dancer of Kathak, an actor, then debater, and I know very well the importance of these activities. That how these activities play a very, very important role, and then how to balance. Even you should know the basics. This is the age of skills, right? If the child is good in sports areas, let them go there. All right. Even our teachers are groomed in such a manner, and we know, of course, the CBSE policy came that if the child is a national player, of course, you have to keep it in mind and you have to allow him or her to appear in that. And later on, you can have the examination and assessment. So I make clear that everybody is not cut out for academics. Somebody can be dancers or debaters or maybe good in STEM, right? So let them come out with that because age belongs to them now. The future belongs to them. Let them unleash their creativity. Let them explore the world. But of course, they should be focused. That hand holding, that hawk eye is always there. So, of course, advising the parents, training them, guiding them, orienting them, that is we are doing throughout the year. And I think even the parents fraternity, the parents who approach our school know very, very well that Venkateshwar International School stands for creativity, innovation, and lots of activities, sports and curricular activities. There's no looking back. And here the teachers are groomed in such a manner that they know they will never question that why have you not studied mathematics if the child is taking part in long tennis, badminton, or any of the sports activity or the dance activity or the literary activities or the GK competition or any other competition.
That is extremely, very innovative, and I guess not a lot of schools are adapting to this approach. And I guess they should because students. Let me tell you my example. I was an introvert, extreme introvert. Then when I admitted into a graduation school university, my university had the college hours were 8 to 12, and after 12 to 4 o'clock they had co-curricular activities such as physical activities, and there were business management rounds as well, where we had best manager or best debater, like you said, group discussions, jam, and finance rounds, entrepreneurship. That I guess gave me a path. When I started participating in that activities, it really made me who I am today, because I believe if I didn't have participated, then I wouldn't be here sitting in front
You're
of you.
right, absolutely. It makes whole lot of difference. All kind of learning you which you talk about, emotional learning, social learning, that automatically, spontaneously, in a way, it takes place when you're learning, when you're exploring the world, how to accept the failures, how to assert yourself. All these things come on the way. Yeah, that's very, very important. And of course, I mean, I am there because this I am strongly advocating these skill areas, whether it's entrepreneurship, where children are really pitching for their product, or whether they are for design thinking or artificial intelligence, or a skillful dancer, or a violinist, or a guitar player, or a debater, or taking part in community program, or a avid quizzer. I know that these children are going to do wonders in their life, right? Maybe they have got 60% or 50%, but they will do their life, they will bloom like anything. So I have all my love and blessings to these children, and that is what Venkateshwar School is known for, that how to produce, how to help. and how to, I will say, really, really guide and mentor these future entrepreneurs and innovators and children who are experimenting in different fields. That is there.
That is lovely, Dr. Manisha. All right, thinking ahead, how do you see school systems growing to prepare students for a future that is increasingly complex, interconnected, and fast changing?
You know, as I say very strongly, we are moving in a very fast paced world, right? And of course, there is a digital world, whole digital world, and we're talking about Gen Z. There's so many things they know much ahead of us, right? But they need to learn from us, and we need to learn from them. That is there. The teachers need to prepare. Technology, we cannot defeat that. We should know very, very well. And that is again, I will say, the use the word innovation. We must know how to use innovatively. That is very, very important. However, chat gpt is there and so many other platforms are there. I have no offense for them, but I'm saying your creativity, your curiosity should be sustained. That is very, very important. So in a complex world, rather, if you're mentally balanced, emotionally very, very strong, and physically fit, you can strive anywhere. So you have to be there, very, very emotionally strong, because as I say, however, this world is opening to the digitalization, artificial intelligence. We have introduced much, much before in our school that nobody has done so far in our area. That Venkateshwar is the school who introduced as a very core subject artificial intelligence, and children are being taught right from 6th to 12th. This is artificial intelligence. So that is there. But artificial intelligence, of course, the human intelligence is very much required to use artificial intelligence, I must say. So the emotions are very, very important. You cannot defeat your emotions. How to really balance your emotions, how to give weightage to your activities, to really balance your emotions, that is very, very important. You should not get saturated. You should explore the world. So all the technology, all the word should really help you to better your opportunities, your strength. That is my point is there. So I will not use the word it is complex. I'll use the word little tougher, right? Because there are many challenges are there. But we really need to connect with our climate. We cannot be separated from that, right? There's a global change. We know should know the geopolitics where the wars are going on or are going to be affected. If today's child is well equipped with the information, right, and he knows or she knows his skill very well, and they also know, they understand their own self. That is very, very important. And again, I'm really emphasizing the role of social and emotional skills in this age of artificial intelligence or machine learning or data science, which will go further because it's really overspeeding everything. And we really need to really work on that, and we need to prepare as a teacher, as a school for that, and that is what we are doing it. And entrepreneurship, that's very, very important. How we can be the job provider, right? That is very, very important. Startups, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Viksit Bharat, Honorable Prime Minister is talking about, and he's really talking about that we need to beg anywhere. How can we really create jobs? That is very, very important. That kind of intelligentsia we really need to help our children, whether it comes to problem solving, whether it comes to critical thinking, and that is how the pedagogies of each lesson is need to be changed, and we are already for this, right?
Yes. When we talk about artificial intelligence for that matter, a lot of teachers, schools are not very, they do not encourage students to use it. So when it comes to you, what take would you have if students are using AI or ChatGPT in their learning process?
Right. Very valid question and very relevant question for today's generation, because they should know their do's and don'ts, and they should know also how to really mobilize their creativity. Because when you totally dependent on chat gpt, I'm sorry to say this, then your creativity is hampered. You need to create further, you can enhance with the help. So they are the facilitators, all less, right? You need to create first side. And artificial intelligence is really going to help you in many ways. But then where to and why to, that kind of a guidance should always be there, because children are children. A 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, a a 14-year-old, we need to guide them. We cannot really think that they should behave like adult. So that cyber crime, cyber guidance should always be there. And that kind of arrangement should be there in the school, where they can really, if they are misusing somewhere, so they should know that they should be caught red-handed. All right. So that kind of arrangement should also be there in every school. And so as in every school is doing like this. My school is also very, very particular about it, and the discipline and the organization and the structure and the culture. So the freedom is not at the cost of really changing the ways in your own way, and which is subsequently going to harm them. You understand very, very well them. But when you're using the freedom, it is for your thinking process, for your lateral thinking process, for your discovery, for your exploration, for your creativity, for your curiosity. But it is at the same time, you have to follow certain norms which are age appropriate. And so we are at three labs. We have a three labs: junior lab, of course, for class first to five, and then the middle lab and secondary lab also, for the senior secondary lab also. So we have four labs, and the children are working there, and where all the channels are there, all the sensors are also there. They know their do's and don'ts very well. And you will be, amazed to know that even 10 years back, we framed a page very clearly in the almanac, that cyber crime, what are the instances are there, what are the extent misusing it. So it has to be countersigned by the parent and the child as well. So it means, does not mean anything, but it is just making them responsible and accountable in today's age. That is very, very important. And when
Very,
the whole world is open in front of them, it is very important to use sensors, to use cameras, to use your own devices in a way where you have the system of check and control. Right.
very true. When it comes to tools, how do you stay resourceful and innovative when designing educational practices and growing societal challenges?
Yes, of course, the societal challenges are there. I will not say. Of course, the relations are changing. Parameters are changing. I should say the society, the norm, that they're changing. So we have to really see so many other problems which are coming out on our way. But as learners, as I say, he or she should feel secure here when they are coming to school, and when they are working on different tools. For me, my learning should be so interesting that they should look forward to come to the next day. That's very, very important. There is a schooling of homeschooling concept also, right? But how the dynamics are changing, I'm more bothered that how I'm strengthening the process of learning in my school, and interesting in keeping aligned the present trends and the future trends, which are very, very important. So how to sustain them, how to make them more responsible, how to make them more accountable, how to sustain their interest, how to make it more innovative also. Maybe I have done the lesson and the assessments also. The assessments are not for teacher, the assessments are for students, by the students, for the students. That is very, very clear, so that they get to know that they have not understood. And it is not English, Hindi, mathematics, it is the skill areas which are important. Maybe the linguistic skills are there, maybe the scientific skills are there. I say mathematics skills are for me. So those competencies need to be built in children. Right. And so we are doing really a lot of work on that matter in that field also. And I'm sure that we are very, very clear about the learning outcomes which we need to give. That it is not the cognitive domain which is important, but the affective domain and the psychomotor domain. That means their hands-on learning, their heart, and the mind, head, all these should be combined when they're learning anything. Anything in isolation will overpower the other part. And that is what is being given in our new education policy and national curriculum framework also. The affective domain, the psychomotor domain, the cognitive domain. Must combine three of them to really work on the child's well-being when they be safe and to achieve our learning outcomes.
You know, what motivates you daily to continue striving for excellence in education, especially when progress seems slow or difficult?
I'm a very positive person and I look forward for the next day. And the innocent smile of my children always motivate me to work better for them and how to align my faculty with the present trends and the future trends. That is very, very necessary. So we cannot thrive on our glories only. I'm the first leader in Dwarika and the ranked first by Times of India ranking, but I really need to constantly work to sustain it. Maybe it is a world first school. Maybe we are doing those practices. Why are we not able to do that work? What are the challenges? And I never feel that these are the problems or this is complex. I always believe in, and my team believe in, please bring on the table four solutions for that and let's tackle this challenge. And then God be with you whenever you are going to do with challenge with your honesty, integrity, hard work, focused approach, and democratic point of view. Nothing is going to stop you. So, however things do come, it's not like this. Maybe there's somebody who's really very annoyed, maybe somebody is very aggressive, maybe somebody has broken something. But of course, these are the practical problems, but we stay grounded. We need to work on that. And above all, what are the educational trends we need to bring forth in the next 10 years? That is what we constantly work on that.
You know, projecting forward in the near future, what changes or innovations do you believe are essential to better support continuous improvement in schools and student development?
I believe that the child should be mentally very strong and emotionally very strong if he or she wants to strive. This is the first thing. Wherever, anywhere, one can work, but they need to be very strong. The strength comes from their parents and the school also, which is the second school. Of course, the first school is their house only. That is very, very important because there are so many emotional upheavals are there. I will just tell you that. So one needs to be very, very strong and one should express oneself. That is very, very important. And when we are talking about future things which are going to come, right, and how to really take care of them, I see everybody needs to be independent and need to be accountable. I am using this word so many times because I really believe which is lacking the accountability and the responsibility in this today's world. We might go on so many Mars and Venus and so many planets, but our responsibility goes if we really want. We are talking about global warming, we are talking about weather change, we are talking about geopolitics, we are talking about so many cloudbursts are there in Uttarakhand, ongoing war in Gaza. But the thing is this, the child, the learner must know he or she is good in which skill and he should try to focus on that. And the teachers need to have a lot of patience and perseverance to help them also. I always say life is not instant coffee, never ever, but we are leading the generation Gen Z, they want everything should be there in 1 minute, the 5 minutes noodle. And that is what we need to make them understand. And they're understanding also. It's not like this. Sooner or later they realize it also. Life is not something which will come in 1 minute. If I am like, it's not like this. As I say in the beginning, also, we are dealing with human souls. These are not objects that we can keep one thing or the other thing. This is the emotion. We are not dealing with machines also. So they need to understand me also. And I need to understand them also. And they need to be independent learners also. So as I believe it, as my school believes in personalized learning. So we give them the so many platforms to really work on their strength in a very focused manner. So by the class 12th, they move out. They should be strong beings emotionally, physically, and mentally. That is there. And they should have some skills in hand. So they can really, that is the thing I just want to mention. The lot of an entrepreneur, the lot of inter in jobs they are going on, so many trainings they are providing, on the job trainings, there's so many trainings they are going for that. So wherever there is any training is there, like for community development, maybe in the medical field, in the field of engineering, in the field of IT, they are doing a lot of summer training so that they have hands-on experience, because we certainly believe they must have hands-on experience. What they're aspiring, they should realize also the purpose is this, that what is they are trying to pursue, that they should know the ground reality of that.
True. Dr. Manisha, your vision ties together everything we have discussed, from supporting holistic growth to nurturing innovation and emotional resilience. And it leaves me thinking about how educators everywhere can take small, meaningful steps towards making this vision a reality for students in their communities. So, if you were to give a message to parents, your teachers, or aspiring principals in your field, what would that message be and why?
I see teachers do have magic wand, right? They can create magic in learners' life. Today I am, maybe somebody has worked hard on me and really worked very, very hard and passionately. And thanks to my gurus. So the teacher taught relationship is beyond words. It can really do miracles. Please do understand the sensitivity of that and work accordingly. It's not very complex message which I am giving. It's very simple words. And keeping in mind the future which is required, because you are holding the seed in your hand. The parents have sent their children to the school. So please have a lot of patience and same um, give to transform the child also. That is very, very important.
All right,
Maybe
Manisha.
some children can be timid, some children, as you mentioned, some can be introvert also. But you see, I mean, their journey, they can be the late bloomers. That is there. They need to understand what I always say, as Adibindo Ghosh rightly said, that everybody has hidden potential.
True.
You never know. You have to really unleash that creativity. The third time I'm talking about that, and really need to work on the strength of that. And that is where the facilitator's job comes. It is not the teachers, it is the facilitators. We are the social workers, facilitators, counselors. Of course, we cannot be friendly to them. Of course, neither we can be friends to them. But of course, we can create a rapport with them to guide and really uh, maneuver and then to mentor their future. That is what our job is.
Very true, very inspiring. I
Thank you
guess
so much.
that is it for today's interview. But if you have anything to highlight
I
apart from
want
the
people
questions,
to shift from rote learning to real learning. That's what we want. So we here do work in a very innovative manner. Every plan is, if you visit my school, is planned in such a manner where it is written that it is not how is it working in the three-pronged approach, that is affective domain, cognitive domain, and psychomotor domain. That means if I'm teaching any topic, that how I'm going to introduce, maybe I'm taking children to the field. Maybe I'm taking children to the music room. So they have this freedom. They have the freedom to work in the art, in the home science lab. Maybe it is a science period, but home science teacher wants to tell them about FSI. It's fine. So that kind of the freedom is being given here, and that is the USP of the school. And the hours means how are you your working habits, changing them every day. How you will, the deflection day is very, very important. Of every Friday, they need to reflect that how are they working. And inclusivity, I wanted to highlight this. That's very, very important. Every child is important. It's not like exclusion. There is a full-fledged staff to look after, because as there's so many shadow teachers are there to help and extend and facilitate these children, because they all are coming, they're all equal, that we believe in. So every learner should be independent, where their children with a special ability, or the children, they're blessed, all or the it is God's blessing, we are working for their well-being, and may God give us the strength to really do wonders in each and everybody's life. And that is the purpose of our life. When I say our life, that is my whole team's life, because it sees from top to the bottom. That is there.
Yes.
Yes, I think I've spoken.
Uh,
So,
Dr. Manisha, thank you so much for
thank
sharing your journey
you.
with
Thank
us. And I'm
you.
sure,
And the STEM is very important. We are working, children have come out with so many projects. Like this time, 15th August, we never celebrated in a very traditional manner. But how the young mind is paying tribute to India, motherland, by showcasing all the innovative projects. So they were around 100 projects, and those were very very wonderful, and they were in fact appreciated by even in CBSE also. We stood years back in CBSE also, we showcased these projects where Rhapsody and Rajo Shakti project, and the many STEM projects is also important, reading is also important, that is there. The
yes,
more I read, the more I'm able to share my thoughts with my peer, my children, my young learners. That's very, very important. So, this kind of message should always be with them when you're talking about safety, that we are with them. They're not alone in the world. That is very important.
yes.
Thank,
Yes, thank you so much, Manisha. And I'm glad to have this conversation with you today. And I believe our readers and viewers will be blessed with a lot of information and knowledge on innovative thinking and collaboration, how important it
yes,
is.
collaboration is the key. If you want to, single person cannot do anything. It is the collaboration, is the synergy of the school management, the top leadership, the principal, and the team. Even the fourth support staff, Didi and Bhaiyas, all are very, very important in a school. And they should work for the same goal. That is the goal of the personalized learning and the well being of every child, where they can nurture their strength, their hobbies, their skill areas. That's very, very important. And Venkateshwar International School is really why I'm talking about it. Is see, uh, when I will talk to my management, they can provide me what I really need. But ultimately, the team has to work, and they owe up that idea, and they work on the relentlessly. The relentless efforts are really, really praiseworthy. Even the child has not come constantly, they call, they make them revise, they make them repeat the things, and how that relationship is there. If there's a school, they have organized certain quiz contests, they are there. So we really think that we are juggling with the time only, that is there, because everybody is there. And of course, we are working very hard with, of course, very strict policy also about discipline, about do's and don'ts. That is very, very important. What is acceptable, what is not acceptable, that's also very, very clearly stated to everybody. So I have written a lot, but I have not spoken. I have just discussed. I have spoken from my heart. And that
Heartfelt
is,
conversation,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Thank you so
And I
much,
really
Manisha.
love and reading books. That is my, I just like that.
I guess reading is very important. The
Yeah,
more
yeah,
you
yeah.
read,
Reading
the
is
more
very
you
important.
understand.
Our children, I want to highlight this. Our children authored at least uh, 500 books themselves only. So, and now in fact, they have written the DDs and Bhaiyas and even the grandparents. They have written a book on millets recipes. So they all share their recipes, and that's very, very good. I mean, we can share with that also when UNESCO was celebrating this year of millets. So that is the synergy of all the parents fraternity, teachers fraternity, students fraternity, and the grandparents also, and the support staff. So that kind of a culture is there in the school, and where we are ready to listen, we are ready to hear, we are ready to angry, but talk. That is no without any egos. That is there.
Yes, communication is the key. If
Yes,
you talk,
communication is the key, and knowing everything, reading. writing, expressing, and of course, taking everybody, whether parents, grandparents, in that journey, because that journey is not mine. That journey is our children's journey, our learners' journey. So both of them are not shooting arrows. We should be shaking hands to help our learner. That is the thing.
Yes, yes, yes. And I guess, and I believe that is all because of Venkateshwar International School under your leadership.
Yeah.
To be very
I must
precise.
say, I must give credit to my school chairman, Sri Mahavir Goel, and the fraternity and the management. That is who am I? They give me wings and I try to fly. That is the. Yes.
All right,
Okay. Thank
guys.
you, Peter.
That
Thank
was
you.
it for today's interview. I hope Dr. Manisha will be back on our podcast.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Until next time, Dr. Manisha, have a
Thank you
great day.
so much. Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Happy Diwali to all and everyone here all around. Let's celebrate Green Diwali. Yes.
Without cracks.
Yes, contribute to our ecology rather than creating pollution. That's my
Yes,
message.
yes.
Yes.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Manisha. Have a
Thank
great day.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.